Computer-generated chess problem 02502 by Chesthetica. White has a queen, rook, bishop, and a pair of knights, whereas black has a queen, rook, bishop, and knight. So white is ahead by a knight, but both of those knights, as you can see, are in a position to be captured. So is the queen on a7. Black's knight on c6 is in a position to be captured, but the bishop on a4 defends it. So what if bishop captures knight? Well, this is risky because rook captures knight with check. King to c4, rook to c1 check, knight to c2, rook captures knight check, king to d5, rook to d2 check, white's in trouble, queen to d4, bishop captures bishop check, king captures bishop, rook captures queen, rook to a7 check, delaying tactic, king to b1, rook to b7 check, king to c2, and black being ahead by a full queen is going to force mate pretty soon. What about queen captures bishop? A bit better, but rook still captures knight with check. If king to c2, queen to d2 mates, so the queen has to capture the rook. Queen captures queen, check, king to c3, king captures knight, bishop captures knight, queen to c1 check, skewering the king, king to d4, queen captures bishop, and black will go on to win this too. So does it even look like white has a chance here? Despite being ahead in material, not only does he have a chance, but there's actually a forced mate. And here's how it goes. Now before we look at the forced mate, the engine is telling us that knight to c3 check also does quite well, because if king captures the other knight, queen captures bishop with mate. So black has no choice but to capture this knight, and after the king captures the queen, rook to c1 check, king to d2, rook to d1 check defended by the bishop, king to c3, rook to c1 check, king to d2, this might be a draw, rook to d1 check, maybe king to e3, knight captures queen, bishop captures bishop, rook to h1 since it's attacked, knight to c4, and white will go on to win this game, but he needs to play carefully and it's going to take some time. So that might have been an option for many players as well. But how many would have seen bishop to e6 check? This gives up the bishop on e6. The queen can capture it. Yes, and now knight to c3 check. King captures the other knight and queen captures bishop with mate. But what if black doesn't capture the bishop? What if he plays bishop to b3? Well, then bishop captures b3 is mate. Notice how the knight on d1 guards the b2 square and the knight on a3 guards the b1 square. But what about king captures knight here? Well then, rook to b3 check. Notice how the bishop on a4 is pinned, king to a2, and queen captures a4 with mate since the king no longer defends the bishop. Let's rewind. Take a close look at this position again. Do you think you would have seen bishop to e6 as a forced mate in 3? Maybe you would. If so, you're probably a better player than you think. Until the next one.
Chesthetica's Book of Chess Constructs, Volumes 1 through 5. Available on Amazon.